Most people are very familiar with the concept of the flow state. People who get into flow regularly tend to be happier, they tend to be healthier, and they tend to be more productive. But even though we're all familiar with the concept of flow, flow can still be really difficult to enter into. One of the things that we know about flow is that flow seems to emerge when there is a perfect match between the skills you have and the challenges of the task you're doing, so that you have to stretch your skills in order to overcome the challenge. But even when tasks have a perfect match between skill and challenge, many people still don't experience flow. One factor that can often be a barrier is your own perception of whatever you're doing. So if you're doing something where in reality you are perfectly suited for the job, your skills are a perfect fit for the challenges of the task, but your perception of what you're doing is such that you feel really anxious for some reason. So for instance, you could really worry about the consequences of not being able to do the task well. Or you could be anxious about whether or not you really are the right person for the job. When these factors play together and they make you more anxious, your brain downgrades its perception of your own skill. In other words, you think you are less skilled at the job than you actually are. In that sort of a situation, the best thing to do is to lower the level of challenge. So if you're doing a task with anything that could possibly spark anxiety or tension or apprehension, don't just match your skill to the challenge of the task, lower the challenge of the task so that your skills aren't just perfectly matched, but they feel ample for the task you're doing. If you manage to get that kind of a balance, you're much more likely to enter flow in situations that are anxiety-inducing.